Hello students. So AILET 2026 was conducted on December of 14th, and today in this video we will be discussing about the difficulty level of the paper, as in like the overall analysis of the paper, and the cutoffs for each category, starting from general to the ST category, based on previous cutoffs and previous the cutoff ranks and cutoff marks of AILET 2025. So if we start the analysis, the first portion was a 50 marks English language section. This section was comparatively difficult when you put it against AILET 2025, but still, given the number of applicants, the overall cutoff for English as such would remain almost the same, right? So almost out of 50 questions, 16 were easy question, 22 moderate, and 12 difficult question. And as per our English faculty, an overall score or an overall attempt of 45 plus will be considered as a good attempt. So 45 plus good attempts, in that a score of 41 is something that we are considering good for an all India general category marks or cutoff mark for AILET 2026. Coming to current affairs, which includes GK, 30 questions were there, out of which 13 were easy, 10 were medium, 7 were difficult, and 26 plus would have been a good attempt, right? Again, this attempt is considering what will be the cutoff score given 90% accuracy is demanded, right? This is a trend that we have observed. We are expecting a 26 plus attempts with a score which will convert around 22, 21, 22, right? Coming down to the last portion, which was 70 marks, the most dominating section, logical reasoning. In logical reasoning, again, a lot of easy questions were there, and 14 moderate questions, 50 easy, 14 moderate, and 6 difficult questions were there. Again, a good attempt here would be 67, right? Which can, again, we'll look at the good score as well, but a good attempt is 67. So if we draw the matrix for the overall good attempts, if you see here, out of 50 questions, 45 plus good attempts, current affairs out of 30, 26 plus good attempts, 70, 67 plus good attempts. So that makes 138 plus good attempts. And if you put that with 90% accuracy, that is 90 by 100, right, you will get a score of around 124, which is supposed to be a general category cutoff for AILET 2026. We'll come to the specific cutoff ranks, right, and how there are 2-3 considerations which have to be taken in account to figure out the cutoff. Before that, let's look at the seat metrics here. So for general category, we have 50 seats, out of which 3 are horizontally reserved for person with disability. Again, 24 for OBC, non-creamy layer, 1 again out of that 24 horizontally reserved for person with disability. Then we have 17 for SC, and for ST we have 8 seats. For EWS quota we have 11 seats. So in total, out of 110 seats, 6 horizontally reserved for person with disability. So we'll be talking about the cutoff of general category, OBC non-creamy layer, SC, ST and EWS category. We'll keep in mind 2 things here. One, the cutoff rank as to what was the last rank in which a student got NLU Delhi. We have to also consider that lot of students who get a rank in AILET, they also get a rank in CLAT. That puts them into the zone of top 2 NLUs, that is NLSU Bangalore and Nalsar. And the overall cutoff, which is given in the next slide, that is based on the final cutoff, that is after all the rounds of consultation plus vacant seats. This is something that we are predicting. So if in the first list, if you see that the cutoff is little higher than what we are predicting here, that's very obvious, because then there is going to be second list, third list, and most of the students drop out from the first list, because there are also the students who score very good or who have got very good rank in CLAT as well, right? And given the trend, people prefer Nalsar and NLSU Bangalore over NLU Delhi. You will see that top 50 students would go for be invited to join NLU Delhi, but that goes to 65. That's because at least 15-20 students will be there in the AILET 2026 rank who will prefer to join NLUs based on CLAT score, that is NLSU Bangalore or Nalsar. Right now, if we see here 41, again no change. 41 remains a good score in English. In current affairs, again just because of competition, otherwise the difficulty level was almost same, but just because of the competition, the number of people who have appeared in this year's paper has increased. On that line, I am predicting 1 mark plus to the last year's cutoff, that is 22 marks, and logical reasoning this time being very easy, completely dominated by syllogisms, and that too of easy to moderate level, more on easy side. I am predicting that 60 out of 70 should have been scored by the students. So if we take all these three factors into consideration and compare it, last year it was almost 119, 120, right, which was the cutoff. And this year I am predicting a plus 3 marks, 123 plus or minus 2 as the cutoff, general category cutoff. Let's get into the category wise cutoff. So if we talk about the category wise cutoff, again a lot of data had to be taken into account, because again AILET doesn't release it doesn't release a common sheet where it shares the rank and marks of all the students. So we had to curate the data based on how much a student scored last year. But if you see here, the cutoff rank for 2025 for general 65, for OBC 350, for EWS category 200. We are talking about all India rank, right? And for SC 1300 and for ST 2000. Now we have placed this against the rank, against the marks that a student scored last year, and what would be the marks that this year a student would be scoring to reach the same rank. So if I say 65 last year, 119, and actually it was close to 0.5 or 0.75. This year a 123 score will land you in top 65 students, right? So the cutoff for general category is going to be 123. The cutoff for OBC non-creamy layer, again 350 ranks, will end at 117 marks. Again a plus and minus 2 of correction can be there. In EWS for top 200 ranks, last year 116, this year we are expecting 118, again plus and minus 2. For SC category, for top 1300 ranks, it closes at top 1300 rank, all India rank. Last year 106.75, this year we are predicting it to be, there's a small correction here, it's 108 plus and minus 2. And for ST category, that ends at 2000 rank, again 98.75 was last year, and this year we are predicting a 101 plus and minus 2 score. So the general category cutoff will be 123, OBC non-creamy layer 117, EWS 118, SC 108 and ST 101, all with a margin of plus or minus 2, right? So with this, we come to the end of this video. Please share your score, your rank, so that we can help you to figure out whether you stand a chance to get into NLU Delhi. With that, we come to the end of the video. I hope this was useful. Thank you so much for watching.